Memphis, Tennessee, the destination for the Mavericks. Enigmatic. That may be the only way to describe Kyrie Irving and his incredible handle. The sharpshooting playmaker is the focus of the offense as they get primed for action at FedEx Forum. Mavs, Grizzlies, up next. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sidelines. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. The star backcourt, Doncic and Irving, are the guard set, and it's Thompson in at the 3. And for Memphis, Bennett is up there with Reed. Then there's Mr. Incredible. Then there's A-Train, and it's Sanders in at the point guard position. And as a coach, Stan, what's something you try to establish at this stage?
I think there's two things, Kevin. First, we're trying to build our habits the right way, everything. From the way we practice, to the way we prepare for games, to the way we warm up, all of it. And then second of all, we're trying to figure out our rotations. Who's going to start, who's going to come off the bench, which groups work well together. It's an ongoing process.
A lot of moving parts, you're right.
What determination from Doncic, pushing his shot through despite some stiff defense to draw the foul.
Greg, you think about oversized point guards, and the gold standard has always been Magic Johnson. Now you look at Luka Doncic, and he's certainly big for that position.
Definitely some positive similarities, right? But the big difference is one of those guys has 5 rings, and that's not a knock on Doncic. This is a team sport, but Magic's ability to affect winning was right there with another MJ, Michael Jordan.
That free throw good from Doncic. Greg, no one questions the Grizzlies' talent. The challenge has always been availability.
Yeah, whether it's been injuries or suspensions, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you're missing key players. But when they're all on the floor, Kevin, they can beat anyone.
All free throws good from Doncic.
Eye-popping talent from Doncic. We don't see many players with his size and skill set.
Here's A-Train. He's covered by Irving. A-Train, good.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now, here's Doncic. This one for 3. A-Train pulls it in. Puts up a deep 3 from beyond the arc and then some. A-Train's got 5.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's Lively. Last game he had 13. Lets it go from deep. And that's good. Luka Doncic for 3. 5 points in the game.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
A-Train, the pass to Mr. Incredible. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Sanders. That 3 off the mark. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Irving. It's rebounded by Memphis. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
I mean, a tough one. Faced some serious intensity in terms of that comeback, and they just got overwhelmed in that fourth quarter. Unfortunately, just couldn't stay in the game long enough to force overtime.
Lively, Mr. Incredible pulls it in.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks, guys. Well, after their three-point shooting abandoned them in the finals, the Mavericks have addressed that shortcoming in a major way, acquiring one of the Splash Brothers, Klay Thompson. Klay is eager for a fresh start and an opportunity, I'm told, to add another ring to his championship resume. This should be a match made in heaven.
Without a doubt. Shams Charania with the report. Hey, Shams, thanks. He's off on the first. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Good on the second free throw. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Now, here's Doncic. He has 5. Thompson from long range. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's Pennant. Thompson with the rebound. Mavericks have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. No good from Irving.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And Sanders throws it down.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And inside, Luka knows the bucket is there, so he is willing to fight for it.
Pass to Sanders. Shoots over Doncic. Sanders' shot is off.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Here's Irving. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Almost effortless looking. Kyrie's motion inside is so well practiced.
So timeout called here, but first for Memphis. And Greg, at the time Kyrie joined Dallas, there were some questions around how he and Doncic would fit together.
Yeah, well, Dallas needed another ball handler who could score and make plays for others. Doncic couldn't do it all by himself, especially in the postseason. Now they're trying to build around those two guys.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Macy, he's checked in for Reed. Joe Harris comes in for Bennett. Rose, he's checked in for A-Train. And it's Peyton in for Sanders. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Jarek Lively. Haji Marshall comes in for P.J. Washington. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Klay Thompson. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. The Mavericks leading. Dinwiddie kicks to Gafford. Pass to Marshall. Dinwiddie outside. Doncic outside. From deep. Offensive rebound Mavericks. They get a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, a bit ago, Taylor Jenkins and I were able to chat. Now, if you think Luka Doncic is a problem, you're right. Coach told me he reads the situation as well as anyone. We'll try to give him different looks. The goal is just to slow him down and try to make someone else beat us. We'll see where it ends up. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, David.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Harris outside. Rose against Dinwiddie. Out to Payton. Rebounded by Gafford. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. 3-point lead coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, you hate losing a game that you control for 3 quarters, but that fourth was just really an abomination in terms of how they played, and unfortunately, they took it out.
Now here's Rose. After Luka Doncic's miss, to end the cold streak, he lays it in.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now here's Gafford. 23 seconds left in the first quarter. The pass to Grimes. Launches it. And no good that time. Outside Rose. Here's Mr. Incredible. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Grizzlies lead by 1. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
And we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double team him, send the second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their team.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
That's right. They've got Macy. A-Train is out there with Sanders. Then there's Reed. And it's Salon in at the 3-set. That's the group from Memphis to kick off the second quarter. On the wing, Dinwiddie. And the shot goes in. And it's a 3-point Maverick lead.
And in tight, Dinwiddie's got a good sense of how to be effective. Whether it's with the power or finesse, he can find a way to beat his man.
Now here's Sanders. 17 points for him last game against the Utah Jazz.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
What a rise for Taylor Jenkins, working his way, Stan, from the G League assistant there to NBA assistant and now to NBA head coach. Wow.
Wow is right, Kevin. And Taylor Jenkins, one of the best coaches in the NBA. This is a guy who just kept grinding and learning. I think sometimes coaches get too concerned about when they're going to get their opportunity. Taylor Jenkins was always concerned about being ready when his opportunity came.
I think you and I are alike. We root for the grinders, don't we? The guys that have really worked to climb that ladder.
I certainly do, Kevin.
Now, here's Gafford. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal foul.
And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. The Grizzlies 4th.
Well, they played great defense last season. They had great rim protection, and they were very disruptive.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Bennett's checked in for the Grizzlies. Then for the Mavericks, Derek Lively. He's checked in for P.J. Washington. And it's Thompson in for Marshall. And so he makes both from the line. And for the Grizzlies, 2024 stand was marked by an unprecedented amount of injuries.
Well, Kevin, they used 51 different starting lineups. That's the most in NBA history. And they were also forced to use 12 injury hardship exceptions. That is just incredibly bad luck.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Thompson outside. Back to Dinwiddie. Good on the bucket. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 5 now for Dallas.
And they've had 2 completely different quarters. Field goal percentage just over 20 in the first, and they've shot themselves out of that slump and have the lead here in the second.
And Bennett the bucket on the assist from Sanders.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Irving passes to Gafford. Left side Irving. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
Shooting 2.
Free throw, good, Irving. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
No good on the second free throw.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more visible.
Out to the wing, and the wide open shot from Reed. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Dallas leading by 3. Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 5.
A defender has Irving closely covered, but he's just so determined to get through the contact and to the bucket.
Shot by Bennett, no good. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
Well, possibly. Every year brings something new. This first meeting should tell us a lot.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kyrie Irving has teamed up with Luka Doncic. Kai says he's a winner. I'm a winner. We like going against the best. That's where we connect. It's about how we galvanize the rest of the group. I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I failed and succeeded at the highest level, and I want to get back to that place. Kevin?
And if anybody can do it, it is Kai. Title or bust. Thank you, D.A. And the call will be against Derek Lively.
First team foul.
That'll be his second foul of the game. The Grizzlies making a change here. Harris is checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Doncic is checked in. Doncic against Payton. Harris outside. Just 4 to shoot. On its way from Rose for 2. Klay Thompson grabs the miss. Here's Dallas. They're on a 13-5 run. Passes to Doncic. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Monday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers. And then on Monday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And that game against the Warriors, that one will mark game number 6 for them in the NBA season. We'll see if there are any adjustments between now and then to the rotation.
Tossing a pass to the interior. That's what you want to do. Get into the paint.
Gafford finds Lively. Thompson outside. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty. The Grizzlies trail by 5. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Rose. Good. For Dallas, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Doncic against Payton. Doncic with it. There's the triple. Here's Grimes. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Dallas up by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking, get the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage. Thanks, Jason. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. In the first period, their biggest lead was a slim 3 points. They were slightly better in the second. Not a big difference between these two teams. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
We have to recognize their bench play. Sometimes we overlook the second unit. But tonight, they've been the key. The coaching staff has got to be loving this. Getting that extra boost is huge.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
They've got to be more assertive on the glass. Getting out hustle is a great way to lose a game. Second half, they can generate extra possessions. It will go a long way toward getting the W.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Mavericks leading by 3, getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. The star backcourt, Doncic and Irving are the guard set. Washington and Lively hold down the post for him. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. Now here's Sanders. After Luka Doncic's miss, here's A-Train. And the layup's good off the glass. A-Train's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Grizzlies. Doncic passes to Washington. Here's Lively. Still scoreless. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And we know Doncic has limitless range, but for him, it's about becoming more consistent from deep.
To the paint, here's Mr. Incredible. Lays it up off the glass. Mr. Incredible's got 6.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Doncic. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependent.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Now it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Shot clock at 3. Marshall can't hit. The Grizzlies have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Pass to A-Train. Here is Mr. Incredible for the lead. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Here's Irving. A-Train pulls it in. A-Train's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
Here's A-Train. He has 7. Has to Reed. Shoots over Washington. From down in the low post, it goes. And now a 4-point Memphis lead. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
The offensive rebound, and finished off by Lively.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
Now, here's Reed. Mr. Incredible. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
His 3rd personal foul. First team foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Doncic passes to Grimes. Dallas moving the ball around. Now here's Marshall, defended by Macy. Dinwiddie dishes to Marshall. Shoots over Macy, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Memphis with the ball. Big stretch here, going 10-2. Rose looking around. Inside. Here's Mr. Incredible. It's rebounded by Dallas. Gafford's got 7 rebounds in the game. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Mavericks have been much improved defensively. Coach Jason Kidd says when you're leaning on Luka offensively to deliver, and he does, we have to be able to cover him. Not just him, but Kyrie. The focus on playing defense and protecting one another is at a high right now. It can't just be 3 guys. It has to be all 5. Kevin?
It is, David. You're right. It's a team game. Here's Marshall. Grizzlies making the shot. Doncic outside. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Dinwiddie against Rose. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Dinwiddie, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
On a shooter like Dinwiddie, you have to guard close, but Dinwiddie challenges that defense and draws the foul.
Taking 2 shots.
Yeah, let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight.
First one falls for him.
And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they've performed at the line.
Joe Harris is checked in for Memphis. Elfrid Payton comes in for A-Train. The Mavericks also with a sub. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Luka Doncic. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. 54 seconds left in the third quarter. Outside Rose. Count the basket. Rose has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
32 seconds left in the third. Grimes passes to Marshall. 6 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Get the shot. It's hauled in by Harris. Now the pass to Macy. To the middle. Here's Mr. Incredible. Rebounded by Gafford. Gafford's got 9 rebounds now tonight. The third quarter comes to a close. Memphis out in front as they end the third quarter on a 14-6 run. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, and if you have both guards dishing like that and putting up points, wow, a coach's dream.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Reed. Sanders is out there with Elfrid Payton. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Bennett in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? And so here is Dallas. The Grizzlies making the shot. Reed with the block. Payton surveying the floor. And they call an illegal screen here.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
A-Train, he's checked in for Elfrid Payton. Doncic is checked in for Dallas. Now, here's Doncic. Lively finds Washington. And a wide open look for Irving. Bangs home the trifecta.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a 3, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
The tray. They get it again. Here's Harris. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
improving every season he's been in the league. Harris is quietly one of the best perimeter shooters in the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
And crucially, he did enough there to make it a 2-possession game.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
Luka Doncic, 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Mr. Incredible, he's checked in for Harris. All free throws good from Doncic.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Here's A-Train. Pass to Reed. To the inside. A-Train. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Doncic against Sanders. Shoots from 12. And it's Doncic missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Shoots from the corner. Here's Reed. And it's Luka with the rebound.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Lively finds Irving. Sanders against Washington. And here's Doncic from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. A-Train's got his 5th rebound in this one. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Dallas calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Now let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Jason Kidd went over with his team. Now, he asked the defense to lock it down inside. He said, let's get physical. I don't want them to think we're soft in there. No more easy shots in the paint. So that's what the defense is set to do. Guys?
Thanks, David.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Sanders against Doncic. Out to the right wing. For the 3. Nice shot by Bennett. Bennett's got the lead up to 9 now for the Grizzlies.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. Irving for 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Irving's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's his 2nd triple of the half. None for him going into the break.
To the middle. Reed gets the bucket. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
And Doncic gets it to go.
Well, we've all had those as coaches. That's a no, 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 yes type of shot.
And the dunk by Sanders.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Doncic. That shot is off. Good D by Sanders. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Pass to Reed.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's A-Train.
2 minutes.
There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect. Mavericks trail by 10. Here's Doncic. Doncic drops the hammer.
And sometimes defenses sleep on Doncic's ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
To the paint. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Well, they expect this from him, and he's a big reason they're out in front right now.
Doncic with a strong move inside.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're in front by 8. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Mr. Incredible.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreakers.
Gafford misses. And the Grizzlies leading by 10.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Grizzlies.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Mr. Incredible.
Well, you know, his work on the glass was a key factor, helping to turn the tide as far as the possession game, and so often that's the difference.
First free throw is good. Rose, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. And Bennett drops them both. Here's Doncic. 52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Down low. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Now here's Rose. Pass to Sanders. Over Doncic. Shot clock reset for Memphis. I'm just not sure they have the time to pull this one off.
No doubt the clock is their biggest enemy right now. It just about take a magic trick for them to find the points they need.
Here is Sanders, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Here's Mr. Incredible, and then jammed down as he goes right over Daniel Gafford.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Elfrid, first off, congrats on the win. What was the key to getting this one?
Man, we made shots. We did a good job of, just getting to the rim.
Big effort tonight, Elfrid. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.